Good morning children, hope you all are doing good. So children, today I am going to explain you about the pituitary gland. So pituitary gland is also called as master gland of our body because it controls all the other endocrine glands. So remember pituitary gland, why it is called master gland? Because it controls all the other endocrine gland. For example, one gland is there, one part of pituitary which is called anterior pituitary. It secretes the gonadotrophic hormones which stimulate or which activate the gonads so that the gonads are able to produce hormones like testosterone, estrogens and others. So like this others also. Now it is a very small red gray and peanut shaped gland, and where it is present, where it is located, it hangs from the base of the midbrain below hypothalamus. So remember, in the midbrain below the hypothalamus pituitary gland is situated. Now it has a two lobes. You can see here it has a two lobes, anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. Along with it, it has a intermediate one, middle part also, that is called intermediate lobe. So it is made up of three lobes: anterior pituitary lobe, posterior pituitary lobe and intermediate pituitary lobe. You can see in this diagram hypothalamus also. So the entire weight of the pituitary gland was about 1.5 grams. So here you can see the front part of the posterior is different from the rest. You can see the diagram. The intermediate lobe is present, but it is very small part, but other two are the large part. So in the human it is nearly absent, but other animals, some lower animals, that intermediate part or intermediate lobe is highly developed. So what are the hormones which is secreted by anterior pituitary? So here is the anterior pituitary part, you can see. So I am going to tell you the hormone secreted by this part, anterior pituitary part. Now first one is that is growth hormones. So first is growth hormone. The short form of growth hormone we can write as a GH also. GH means growth hormone, and it is very essential for the normal growth. It is also called somatotrophin. Alright, so remember that growth hormone is also called somatotrophin, and it is very important for the normal growth of a person. Now deficiency of this growth hormone, because as I said, over secretion is bad and under secretion is bad. So the deficiency of this growth hormone in the childhood, we all know it will lead to a dwarfism, dwarfness. So that child will not get a normal growth. He or she may be short height. Now the over secretion deficiency, under secretion, the over secretion is result to the gigantism. So you can see here two pictures they are showing. First one is over secretion of growth hormone is gigantism, you can see, you can compare, and the under secretion deficiency of growth hormone you can see. So you can compare it. Now this gigantism, giant like, a kind of giant like, long bones, limbs, length beyond the normal up to the 2.7 meters height can be produced due to the over secretion of this growth hormone. Same way, if over secretion of growth hormone suddenly occurs in an adult, then what will happen? Bones will grow excessively. Jaw part also, large nose, thick lips, that is called acromegaly. Acromegaly is a condition in which a person looks like a gorilla. We all know what a gorilla is, an animal. So you can say in other words that gorilla like appearance due to the due to the disproportionate growth of body parts because of the over secretion of growth hormones in adults. So there are two diseases of over secretion. First one is gigantism and the next one is acromegaly. So remember the name: acromegaly, gigantism and the dwarfism. So next is other hormones that is secreted by the same anterior pituitary gland. So you should know, children, that 75% of the total weight of is of the gland, pituitary gland, is formed by anterior pituitary. Second one is thyroid stimulating hormone. So it activates the thyroid gland to secrete hormone thyroxine. So children, as I said, when I explained you the thyroid gland, I told you that iodine plays a very important role in it. That it is written also in your book that iodine helps in triggering the thyroid gland to secrete more and more thyroxine gland, helps in the production of thyroxine gland. Same way, this thyroid stimulating hormone which is secreted by pituitary gland, as I said that pituitary gland is master gland, it controls all other glands. So this hormone, when pituitary gland secrete this hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, then only thyroid gland will become active, and along with the iodine, thyroid gland, this hormone and iodine both start secreting the thyroxine gland. Okay, now next is gonad stimulating hormones. I just told you now only that gonadotrophin is there. It also regulate the activities of testes and ovary. So we all know that these gonadotrophism, they stimulate the sex hormones. Okay, testosterone in male and estrogen and progesterone in the female. Now next one is ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. So you should remember all the full form. Adrenocorticotropic hormone, it promotes and maintains the growth and development of the adrenal cortex. So you can see adrenal cortex and stimulate to its secretion. So adrenal cortex is related to this hormone is related to the adrenal gland. So as you know, adrenal cortex is secrete different hormone, and a medulla part of adrenal is secreting different hormone. So both cortisol and the adrenaline, both is stimulation is done by pituitary gland. All right, now what is the tropic hormone? So in this yellow box you can see the term tropic hormones refer to the hormone which stimulate other endocrine gland. So pituitary hormones, all these four, as I said, these are the tropic hormones because they only that control over the other glands, like gonadotrophin, which is secreted by anterior pituitary and stimulate or activate the gonad so that it can produce the hormones. Tropic means influencing the activity of the other. So thyrotropic for thyroid we are using, and adrenocorticotropic adrenal cortex. Now next is posterior pituitary lobe. So second lobe, it is secrete the two hormone. First one is antidiuretic hormone. Full form is this is the full form, and the short form is ADH. So you should remember what is ADH. What is the function of it? It is also called as vasopressin, and you know children, it prevents the formation of large amount of urine. So you should remember that it prevents the formation of large amount of urine in our body, and it decreases the so ultimately it decreases the water loss from our body, and it also raises the blood pressures. So here it is written, vasopressin, it constricts the blood vessels which rise in blood pressure. So it constricts the blood vessels which rise the blood pressure. It rises the blood pressure, which is called vasoconstrictions. and it also acts on kidney, increasing reabsorption of water. So if kidney will in lower classes I told you that kidney in detail, excretory system in detail. Here also in class 10 also I will explain you. So reabsorption, what that our kidney is absorbing water, high amount of water. So as I said, it prevents this hormone prevents the formation of large amount of urine and decreases the water loss from our body. So this reabsorption is related to the water loss of our body. Next is deficiency of ADH, antidiuretic hormone, causes diabetes insipidus. Okay, so diabetes insipidus means it is not a sugar diabetic like that I have explained you in the pancreas one. It is the water diabetes. So diabetes insipidus is the related to the water diabetes, in which urination is frequent. Okay, so in which people is having the frequent urination, so you should know, and resulting in the loss of water, and the person will become thirsty, feeling thirsty and dehydrated. So that deficiency causes this disease, diabetes insipidus, which is water diabetes. Now what is diabetes? Diabetes meaning, as it is written, it is a passing out excessive amount of urine. Excess means high amount of urine. There are two types of diabetes. In diabetes mellitus, that in which sugar is present in the diabetes, which is when we don't have the insufficient insulin, okay, deficiency of insulin, whereas which is controlled by the pancreas gland. Now this is the diabetes insipidus, where there is no sugar in the urine, and it is a absence of sugar is there. So meaning insipid means tasteless, and meli means honey. So you can easily understood the difference. Now next hormone which is secreted by the posterior pituitary gland is oxytocin. So oxytocin is very interesting hormone which is also secreted by posterior pituitary gland. It is also called as love hormone. Okay, so it brings this when it releases in our body, it brings the affection, it brings the love. So oxy means sharp, quick, and toxos means childbirth. So it stimulates in the during the pregnancy, it stimulates vigorously, so that the mother can make that affection to her, or influence the affection to the newly birth child, and it stimulates the powerful okay, so remember it has two actions. First one is it stimulates powerful contraction by the pregnant mother uterus during childbirth, and it also causes milk ejection. So it stimulates the milk ejection for lactating breast. Under its influence, alveoli release milk into the ducts of the blood. So we all know alveoli is present inside the lung, so which release the milk into the ducts of the breast. Now, so this is the oxytocin, which is remember the two hormone, ADH, antidiuretic hormone, and oxytocin, which is released by posterior part of posterior pituitary gland. Okay children, so just read the chapter, and if you have any query related to this part, just ask me in the Zoom class. Children, control mechanism, as it is a very interesting and it is a very detail, I will tell you in the next class. So you can see one table is given 12.3. So your book is so nice, shortly also in a tabular form, also about sources are given, hormones are given, their actions are given. So you can easily understand by watching this table, reading this table. So here they are not showing intermediate part, anterior and posterior they are showing. So anterior, it is divide two hormones, two main hormones is GH, which is growth hormone, and here tropic hormones. So tropic hormones, it is given TSH, ACTH, and others gonadotrophic hormones. FSH, it is stimulates. You can see here it is stimulate follicle stimulating hormone. It is stimulate the egg formation in the females and sperms in the male. luteinizing hormones, it is stimulate the formation of corpus luteum to produce the female hormone progesterone, and testis to produce the male hormone. So this is luteinizing hormone which stimulate the gonads. Prolactin, which is a milk secretion. Now only I told you. Now same thing, that posterior pituitary, it has the ADH and oxytocin. It increases reabsorption, causes deficiency, causes diabetes insipidus, and it is oxytocin, it contract the uterus during the childbirth and stimulate the milk ejection also from alveoli into the ducts of the breast. So remember such things. Okay, so here also you can see gonadotrophin also helps in the prolactin and oxytocin also. So remember and read it well in a homework and start doing solving progress check activities which is given in your book, that we will discuss in the Zoom class. Okay, so thank you children, have a nice day, God bless you all.